Hey guys, and welcome back to, what is this called? Eden! Eden! Sorry guys. Oh god. Uh, I've been so stressed lately. Anyways, let's just jump right back in. This guy was an enemy. My sister's enemies were my enemies. Get out. I readied the rifle and aimed for his forehead. From this distance, I wouldn't miss him even if I were blindfolded. My fingers could move faster than this man could. Well, well, wherever did you find such a splendid night, Natsume? Stop! I won't allow anyone to tease this boy. Absolutely no one, not even you. Sorry about that. Embarrassed, he shrugged his shoulders and scratched his head. I apologize, so please lower your gun. It doesn't seem to be a toy, and I'm an easy man to scare. Well, or we'll call it even as long as you get out. That's a problem. If I can't tease him, then I'll have to get serious with him. Wait a second! I don't mind waiting if it's only a little, but... His tone grew low and gloomy. I'd like to get this damned worthless assignment over with as soon as possible. So, Natsume, let me get it over with already. Arguing the point further won't change the result. I understand, Lieutenant Inaba. She nodded slightly and grabbed the barrel of the gun. Sis! Thank you, Ro, but it's okay now. You've already given me more happiness than I could have ever asked for. That's plenty for me. Oh, hold on. I have to. There it is. Boop. Oh. I lowered my rifle. Now it's in color. It has to get it. Okay. Wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that Alicia? Kinda looks like her. The scent of her hair reached my nose as she hugged me. I couldn't think while wrapped in my sister's warmth. Sis. Goodbye, Ro. I came here and I saw so many things. The sky, the wind, the scent of the forest, and the fragrance of the flowers. The chill of the lake water, and the calm of the night. I won't forget any of them. The memories I made with you will never disappear. Oh my god, no! Sis! Her body parted from mine. The warmth faded into the distance. My brain understood that she would never come back. Well then, shall we be off? Yeah. The man opened the door and my sister left the room without looking back. The man followed after her. Where exactly were they going? Why did she have to go? Why was I being left alone? Just like Mom and Dad. And now my sister. Why was everyone disappearing? Before I knew it, I snapped and ran out of the house after them. She was still there. She stood between some number of men walking leisurely away. Sis! She halted. Oh, he was so cute as a kid. Mwah. The men looked at me suspiciously, but I didn't care about that. I had to say something. This was different from when my parents disappeared. Right now, my sister was about to leave for who knows where. I had to stop her. Surely I would be able to take her back. But how? Ro, you mustn't cry. What? You're a boy, you mustn't cry. If you have time to cry, then you have time to become even stronger. You're strong now, but I'm sure you could become even stronger. You're kind and have the strength within you to protect others. I know you do. My sister addressed me with the same kind tone she always did. Her back was still turned, but why did her words feel a little sad? I'm glad I met you. I was really happy. So let's meet again someday. I have a hunch that I will be lucky enough to meet you then as well. Just like that, she disappeared without saying another word. Far away. So far I could never see her again. I didn't want that to happen. Why couldn't we just be together forever? Why? I'm impressed you're not crying. Fuck you, Inaba. The man from before, what did she call him? Lieutenant Inaba? Why was he here again? Why do you look so surprised? I've been here the whole time. Well, I was waiting for you to calm down. Do you think you have a moment to listen to what I have to say? I didn't reply and glared into Inaba's eyes. This was the guy. If not for him... I thought I'd say thanks before I left, for looking after Natsume. She was happy, huh? Sounds like her life here with you must have been pretty nice. Aren't you the one who ruined it? I couldn't hold back any longer. My head was boiling, like it had caught fire, and I couldn't help but want to spew the flames at him. I aimed and launched my tightly clenched fist straight at Inaba's stomach. A fist filled with hatred, sorrow, and despair. My fist made contact. Or so I thought, until I was sent flying sideways. I felt a burning in my cheeks as I was smacked into the ground. You surprised me. Those movements just now. You were like a wild animal. Have you ever received any sort of training? Shut up! I could feel my head loosely shaking, but I still managed to stand, groveling on the ground in front of this man. What a joke! If not for the difference in our reach, I'd be out cold about now. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Actually, are you okay? I hit you with everything I got by mistake. I told you to shut up. I don't want someone like you worrying about me. Oh, I guess you're fine. That's a relief. He grinned and suddenly threw something down at me. It was a small, thin piece of paper. What's this? It's my card. Take that and go to the Unified Military Base. Base? You're a little too young to enlist, but I'll do something about it. The army is seriously short-handed, so you should be able to enlist as long as you pass the physical. You look like you're in good shape, so I'm sure you'll do fine. Why do I have to enter the military? I'm telling you how to meet Natsume. Shut up and listen. His tone suddenly turned furious. If you seclude yourself on this mountain, you'll never see Natsume again for the rest of your life. The quickest way to see her is to enter the army. Oh goodness. This is really sad. Why? Because it's the military that has custody of her, but it's not easy to reach where she's being kept. Not unless you claw your way there as if your life depended on it. Natsume told you to become strong too, right? If you want to improve yourself, there's no better place than the army. Or than the military. Why do I have to listen to what you say? He was making a fool of me. He took her away, and now he was telling me how to meet her? Don't screw with me. If it weren't for you people. Who gives a crap about the military? I'll take my sister back without becoming some crony of yours. I don't want to hear something so high and mighty from some kid who couldn't even protect her. I don't care if you want to seclude yourself on this mountain and regret it the rest of your life. You can even lash out and attack the army if you'd like. But you'll never meet Natsume ever again. First, learn how powerless you are. Become acquainted with the world. That's where it all begins, including what it means to become an adult. He suddenly clicked his tongue. Worthless. I've said way too much. And when he tried to turn around, wait, what? You took my sister away, so why are you telling me how to get her back? That's simple. It's probably because I want you to get her back. There wasn't any particular emotion in what he said. It sounded like he was just saying whatever came to mind. However, you, you, and my sister are... Well, I wonder myself. We're both adults after all. They do say there are relationships so complex and incomprehensible that you can't put labels on them. I don't get what you mean. Don't worry, I don't either. After saying that, he smiled just a little. The fact I hated him for taking my sister away hadn't changed. It hadn't changed, but was it because of the way his smile looked so sad? Or was it because of the way his shoulders seemed to droop? Sorry, guys. In order to take back my sister, I grasped at the straw held out in front of me. Or so I thought. I still recall these memories vividly even now. In particular, the day she and I said goodbye. There was no way I'd ever forget. It was a memory which would never fade no matter how much time passed. Everything started on that day. Or perhaps that was the day everything ended. Ryou! A fragile voice interrupted my reminiscing. I looked up. There stood the maid girl, holding the radio so dear to her. You left Scion alone again. You do not seem surprised. Did you notice me coming in? I've been trained for this sort of thing. If you're simply trying to hide the sound of your footsteps, you'll never surprise me. You left the door open. That was quite negligent of me. I grinned on reflex. The relaxed environment here might have had a bad influence on me. So, what's wrong? I gave Scion proper notice. This is my free time. If you're free, shouldn't you change your outfit? I like this outfit, though I could change into something more of your liking if you wish. I have quite the collection, so I think I could fulfill most requests. No, it's okay. I shook my head. So what can I do for you? Did I not tell you before? There's a radio program that I rather enjoy. Yeah? The reception is unusually good right now. Would you like to listen together? I silently nodded. Alicia smiled and sat beside me. The springs in the bed bounced a little under her weight. It is nice to listen to some good music and calm your heart once in a while. As she said that, she flipped the switch on the radio. After some slight static faded, a calm melody flowed through the speakers. The music was quiet, harmless, and could put a person to sleep. It was of no value to me. If I were my usual self, I probably couldn't listen to it for more than a minute. But right now, this music felt very comfortable. See? What a nice tune! Yeah. Yeah, is all you ever say. It would make your big sister happy if you gave a slightly better answer. Big sister indeed. Well, it goes without saying that you're much older than me. My! Her eyes grew wide. What was that for? Please do not talk about my age. It worries me. You still worry about that? Even though she was nearly 100 years old. I do. I am a girl after all. Well, I'm not opposed to saying you're a girl on the outside. Oh, what a shock! I'm completely girly on the inside, too. She looked a little upset. There are a lot of things about all of you that are hard to understand. All of us? You mean Felix's? Yeah. I listened carefully to the streaming music, with some occasional noise mixed in. My sister, Natsume, was a Felix too, right? Yes. Natsume was confined here, just like Scion is now. That's right. She escaped, lost her way, and wound up at my place. Indeed. But she was brought back to this research facility. Yes, Natsume was returned to us in less than a year's time. Lieutenant Inaba brought my sister back. Alicia called my sister her friend. If I recalled the many things my sister once told me and put them all together, there was only one conclusion I could reach. She must have been conducting research of some sort here as well. That has to be how it was. What did she do here? She was involved in the development of the colony ships as well. The software development side, though. Although she was not on Scion's level, she was very superior even for a Felix. The government limitations on her were quite strict. There are many Felixes all around the world, but since this facility serves as the core to the project, Natsume was not allowed to leave. Within these walls, it is always the same. Day, night, nothing changes. We know nothing of the outside world. There's nothing for us but work. It must have been tough on her. And so she escaped the facility. However, she was caught and brought back. I couldn't hesitate any longer. If I didn't ask now, I would probably never know the truth. If I didn't ask now, I would probably never even try to learn the truth. I had to ask. And then she died. I let out a sigh. It wasn't a huge surprise. There was not a single ripple in my heart. A year hadn't even passed since she returned to the facility. Oddly enough, all I felt was relief. It was like a weight had been lifted from my shoulders. The pain and grief that had been eating away at me these past few years had finally disappeared. I could feel my mood lighten, and even color seemed to return to the world. I could finally accept the truth. Felixes may enjoy perennial youth, but we are not immortal. She was created in the early stages, so she reached her limit long ago. I see. Her body deteriorated rapidly. It happened quickly. In the blink of an eye, Natsume passed away like a flame burning out. That's enough. Huh? I understand. My sister is no longer here, that's all. My 7-year depression was so pathetic. It cleared away with a few brief words. My desire to reunite with her had vanished long ago. I had stopped wondering about her after my first year or so in the military. After that, fighting for the sake of someone important to me was one big lie. It was just an excuse to justify being a murderer, a face I wore in order to enjoy war. If I wanted to know about my sister, I could have just asked the Major the day I arrived here. Why hadn't I done that? Was part of me too scared to ask? I probably didn't want to hear it. I also felt guilty talking about my sister now that I was stained with blood. But the biggest reason was that it didn't matter, because I wasn't interested in anything outside of fighting. I lost sight of my goal and turned into nothing more than an animal. So, do you intend to continue on as an animal? With a click, she shut off the radio. The small room was silent once again. I cared for Natsume until her last moment. She was always worried about you. Ryou is small, but he is kind and strong. I heard stories about you over and over again. Even as her voice grew weaker, she talked about you many times. I wanted to know you. I wanted to meet you and try talking to you. When we met, I'm sure you were disappointed. Wasn't I dreadful? Yes. Alicia nodded with hesitation. She could be absent-minded at times, but she wasn't at all slow. Knowing her, she had likely seen through my true character at a single glance. However, that is only natural. 7 years have passed, and above all else, you are in the military. It would be strange if you had not changed. It is undeniable that you are a murderer, but what of it? Why do you regret what you chose to do in order to save Natsume, the person most important to you? You were unable to take back what was important to you, because you had forgotten what it was. However, You have not lost everything just yet, have you? I have nothing. No, you are alive. You are alive because there is something you should do. You are no longer the boy who couldn't do anything as Natsume was taken away. And you have not yet lost the kind heart that tried to protect her. So, as you are now, there is something you can do. Alicia, what is it that you want from me? Nothing. She shook her head. But this is all the time that I have for this one, guys, so if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!